Whoopsie daisy. All right, you should be able to talk now, Christina. Just let's do our quality mic check. Make sure you're sounding good. Well, sounding loud enough at least. Oh. Whoops, I forgot to unmute myself. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, just make sure. All right, so Goon Squad, just let us know if Christina is either too loud or too soft. Just say some random stuff so we can start about this.
Okay, I love Pokemon, and I'm really excited to be here. And it's great to see the Goon Squad. And Pikachu is yellow, Snorlax is blue, Lapras is also blue, but shiny Lapras is purple. A little loud? Okay.
All right, how about there?
Yeah.
Also remind everybody that alerts are turned off for the podcast specifically. So if you guys follow, I was just gonna tell you that straight up in the chat. So Spiro Tot, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Goon Squad.
Hero.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, your mic, you got a good quality mic there. So you're actually maybe louder in Discord than you appear. So I just have to. So yeah, I just have to adjust my settings in OBS to make sure you're not too loud.
Not below. I mean, I'm prone to screaming in games, so I think people know to turn me down now.
Yeah, I can understand that. All right, I think I got a good setting right now, y'all, but just let me know if she's still a little bit too loud, and I'll adjust it as we go. Normally, Strix helps me out with that, but oh, they're perfect for you? All right. Well, hopefully the mic check is good for everybody else, but in the meantime, let's get this intro out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the fellow pokeNERDS of the world, welcome to the pokeNERDS Incorporated podcast, a Pokemon exclusive podcast just for us pokeNERDS to sit down, relax, and get to know other fellow Pokemon content creators in the Pokemon community. I am your host, the Top Goon Spence of the Poke Network. And today, our guest is actually a history setter today because she is our first lady content creator guest. All of our previous guests have been male, so this is the first lady I am interviewing. I met her through a random raid that I usually send out to smaller creators, but you have jumped up big time when it comes to this scale. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Queen of Booze, Gotcha Super Shiny.
The Queen of Booze, everyone. Hi. Super excited to be here.
We're super excited to have you, Christina.
Thank you. What up, y'all?
So again, I'd like to first off thank you so much for taking time out of your day to take part in our podcast series. Still, really glad. I'm really glad that I'm able to network out to other creators to actually do stuff like this. So I really appreciate that you are interested enough to do this with me.
Yeah, of course. You were one of the first people to raid me, and I remember being like super nervous because you brought in like a pretty big crew. So I was like, oh, I gotta do this with Spence. For sure.
Yeah, I know. It's the same way with my pilot guest, Power Punch, was the very first person to raid me. So I was like, he has to be the pilot guest. Otherwise, it ain't going to be going nowhere.
Right? Yes. Love it. I love all the wonderful people I've met through Twitch and Discord and all the socials too.
Yeah.
But mainly Twitch. Twitch is like brought so many like dope people into my life, so I'm super grateful for it.
Yeah, I know. I'm the exact same way. It's really it's really changed my life around too.
Yeah.
All right, so
I guess we like y'all or something.
Well, we're pokeNERDS. What do you expect?
Right. We're all in this together.
All right. So obviously your crew knows who you are, and my crew might not know too much about you. So, thing I like to do first is to let the guest, and I'll even let myself do it this time around. Just give a swift introduction about yourself. Introduce yourself. What type of content you create, and just basic stuff about the Gotcha Super Shiny.
Yeah, of course. So yes, my name is Gotcha Super Shiny. I came up with that name because
that'll be a question we'll go for later. Just
Oh, okay. I'll say that. But in the name it is Pokemon, of course. So I do create a lot of Pokemon content. I started actually creating Pokemon Go content on Instagram, and then I saw like, oh, so many people are really like into this. So then I was like, okay, like maybe I'll post more about my other games and maybe I'll start even streaming some of these games. And that's kind of how it evolved. But yeah, it all started with Pokemon Go content creation on Instagram and then took off from there. But now I do a lot of Nintendo content too. So I do Kirby. I love Kirby. Big Kirby stan. And in addition to Pokemon, I do some karting, some smashing. I'm not good at these games, but you know, I play them. And it's
Yeah,
always a good time.
yeah, but keep an eye on like all the people that I follow, and I saw you've extended more into variety content outside of Pokemon, which is perfectly fine. But you're still a Poké nerd.
Oh yeah, I'll always be Pokemon strong. I mean, my whole room is covered in plushies, so I don't think that's gonna change.
Aside from the Dragonite, my whole background's covered in Pokemon stuff.
Yeah, see, so I don't think Pokemon's going anywhere for me.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But members of the Boo, sorry. All right. Well, members of the Boo Crew, as you guys know, my name is Spence. This is the Poké Network. I normally stream variety Pokemon content on Twitch, shiny hunting, challenge runs, Nuzlocke races, playthroughs, of course, podcasts. I'm trying to extend more into my Pokemon content creating platforms. I'm playing more fan games like in Infinite Fusion. I want to extend more into Soul Links, co-op Nuzlocks. Just to see where we can go down the road with that. I'm trying to get some shiny races off the ground, but you know, people will always be busy. So
I'd be down for a Soul Link or a race. Hit me up.
Yeah, we just gotta
find that time, right?
Yeah, we just gotta find that time and organize stuff as to what we'd like to do.
Yeah, all right, so I would love to do a Soul Link.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do one, so I just had to find the right partner. All right, but point at yourself. All right. Well, anyway, as to what you were about to discuss before I kind of stopped you, you were about to give the origin of your channel name.
Yeah. So Gotcha Super Shiny, like I said, I started on Instagram with like making Pokemon Go content. And I came up with it because I love the gotcha that you get when you catch a Pokemon. So in most games, except for Let's Go Eevee, I think, and Pikachu, in most games, once you catch a Pokemon, it'll say gotcha, and it's like super excited. That's the moment you caught that Pokemon. So I was like, okay, gotcha, and I also say that a lot in my speech. So I was like, okay, gotcha, I love that. I've always been about shinies. That's once I got back into Pokemon. I've always been about shinies too. So I was like, oh, let's like have a shiny something in my name. So I was like, okay, let's see. So we have gotcha, we have shiny. Gotcha shiny sounded weird to me. So I was like, okay, there has to be something like in there. There has to be something that like emphasizes the shiny. So then I was like, oh, I could say super. I say super a lot and I say extra a lot. So I was like, extra sounded weird. So I went with super, gotcha super shiny. And then I was like, you know what? This has like a nice flow to it. If I want to change it up, I can. Maybe just do gotcha super or something. But it's stuck. It stuck from there, and then people called me Super Shiny. People call me Gotcha. But yeah, that's where it all came from.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, yeah, between what you were just describing, Super Shiny definitely rolls off the tongue a lot better, to be honest.
Yeah. Super shiny for sure. And that's what most people call me too. And then Boo Crew came from, I've always called people Boo, like my whole adult life. Whoever I meet, like, you know, like people say like honey and like dude. I still say dude too, but people have all kinds of like little pet names for their people. But Boo has always been one of mine. And like for you, the Goon Squad. So Boo has always been one of mine, and I really loved that Boo Crew rhymed or kind of had a flow to it. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be the Boo Crew that are gonna be with me. So that's how Boo Crew came about too.
Yeah, it's always good to hear about not only the backs. I gotta add that to the repertoire, like naming, like how the name behind your community come through.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I guess I could call them super shinies, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with my name, with my name, it doesn't seem like, you know. I mean, until people actually see my channel scheme, they understand where the term Goon Squad comes from. Because with my channel name, it's like, okay, like, yeah, it's like it's a weird thing. But anyway,
you gotta know Obstagoon.
Of
really
course,
get
of
it.
course. Yeah, you gotta know my boy Demon.
Oh, the real pokeNERDS know. Oh my gosh, you have a plushie! No way. How did I
Yeah, he's
not
sitting.
see that
Yeah,
before?
he's my little mascot. I call this guy Demon. Well, technically, I call all Obstagoon Demon, but this is my Demon.
Oh, I love that. Love it.
Yeah,
Love it. Yeah,
but
Boo crew coming through. My raid message.
yeah, we appreciate you, Boo Crew, being here, and we appreciate you, Goon Squad,
Yeah,
being
thank you
here.
all. Exactly. I love it.
All right, so the origin of my channel name, actually, you knew me partially before I rebranded, so you knew me as the S Poke Network before I became the Poke Network. So the whole concept of my name came from the fact that I know I always wanted to be a Pokemon content creator, so Poke had to be a part of my channel name no matter what.
Right.
So when I was in college, I used to be really good at networking with people because I took like multiple classes with multiple people. So it's like you have to coordinate with these people, and on top of that, especially when you're doing like projects or like in class like sessions and whatnot, you need to learn how to network and work with these people. So I wanted like the networking to be a part of my channel name, so I came up with Poke Network. And when I tried to type it into Twitch to get my username off the ground, it was already taken by probably some like random unused account.
Oh
So
no, I hate that.
I mean, so I need to figure out something else. And at the time, I really wasn't thinking about because I just wanted to feel more standoutish than you would feel. So I put the S in front of my name, like S Poke Network, to kind of like set me aside from most other things, because I felt like it was a unique name. But the problem was the way Twitch allows you to stylize your names. You can't use hyphens, and I don't like using underscores. So you can imagine how many people have mispronounced that name over the almost 3-year span that I've used that name. I was called
when you first rated me.
I know. I was called Spoke Network, Spokey, S-Poke, Poke Network. It was just a whole slew of miscommunications.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of this
Twitch
year,
really helps with that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Usernames are fun on Twitch.
I know. I botch a lot of usernames all the time, but then I finally decided that I was tired of the miscommunications and I wanted, my presence to stand out more. So I dropped the S, put the, so that's how the Poke Network or the Poke Network. It doesn't really matter which one you say. I like to say the because it is the Poke Network.
It is the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Double
it's
E.
the one. Yeah, it's the one. So I formally rebranded. I kept the overall theme of my channel the same. So I kept the overall theme of my channel the same because that's what the theme I like was. So I just had like the guy who had the source file for everything that I had, just relabel, crisp up, and just keep the overall theme the same.
That's perfect too when you have like someone who can just change it for you like that, so that it doesn't have to be too much work.
Obviously, I have to pay the man, but obviously,
yeah, yeah. Just I have to give you my money.
But yeah, come this June, I've been on Twitch for the past 3 years, and it's it's obviously my journey was pretty slow, but at the same time, once I finally figured out my groove, things just took off.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's all about just finding your groove with things, for sure.
Yeah. Like, I take a lot of inspiration off of Pokemon content, like Pokemon YouTubers and whatnot. I mean, I don't know how much Pokemon, I don't know how many PokeTubers that you watch, but when I first started, I actually contacted one of the biggest PokeTubers that was out there for advice because he was like my favorite at the time. Do you know who M&J TV is?
Not off name, but maybe if I see their little icons. Sometimes I know people by their picture.
His videos normally start off with "Greetings, Poke fans, Michael here."
Okay, I don't think so. Never mind. I'm not sure.
Well, anyway, actually, the guy recently just surpassed 2 million subscribers on YouTube.
Sheesh! Oh my gosh! So they're big time.
Yeah, he's in there
I'm
big
sure
time.
I've seen one of their videos then, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I emailed him, and he was surprisingly emailed me back, and that's where just kind of took off from there.
Yay! That's awesome that like a bigger creator was still willing to talk, because you know how sometimes like you contact someone and you're like, I have no idea if they're actually gonna answer me.
Or if
But that's dope that they're still like down to earth and nice enough to respond.
Yeah, that's really nice to know.
I love that.
All right. So now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty about the Pokemon details because I honestly don't know much about you Pokemon wise, so this is gonna be new information for me.
Oh, yay! Let's go.
All right. So actually, another thing I wanted to ask, do you prefer people call you by your real name, or is that just like a special thing for certain people?
No, it doesn't matter to me. I don't mind Christina, super shiny, gotcha.
Yeah, I just like to be on a first name basis with my guests.
Yeah,
unless I don't know their name.
You can definitely call me Christina then.
Yeah. All right. So Christina, what is your favorite Pokemon and why?
Oh, this is a good one. So my favorite Pokemon is Jigglypuff, actually.
I should have guessed it by the pillow.
Right? I have like 12 Jigglypuff plushies. It's ridiculous. Favorite Pokemon is Jigglypuff. That was my first ever favorite Pokemon since I was a kid, so it's stayed my whole life. And I remember the first time Jigglypuff was introduced and Jigglypuff sang, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a singing Pokemon. I love singing. So immediately I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And then to watch Jigglypuff like sing people to sleep, and then the angry face on Jigglypuff's like face right before drawing on all of them was just like, it sent me. I was like, this is amazing. I love this Pokemon so much. Why, like, what more do we need in a Pokemon? Like the dramatics, the singing, the dramatics, the everything. I just loved it too much, and I was like, this is so silly and adorable. Jigglypuff is definitely the one. Yes, be rocking the Jigglypuff. I really do love Screamtail too this gen, because that was like OG Jigglypuff. It was like, to me, it's like a more screamo Jigglypuff.
Like, what was your reaction when you like? Did you get spoiled on that before you saw it, or did you see when you first saw it? Was that like a genuine reaction?
Seeing Screamtail was genuine. People were hinting that I should get Scarlet over, because I ended up getting Violet. So everyone was hinting to me to get Scarlet, but I didn't look. I didn't want to see anything till like I saw it. And then once I saw Screamtail, I was like, oh my gosh. One, I should have gotten Scarlet. Two, I love Jigglypuff in all forms. Officially. Yeah.
I mean, since Sun and Moon, I've always bought both copies. So I pretty much, I could have chose whichever game I wanted to start with, but I chose Scarlet because it kind of just matches the whole overall color scheme of the channel,
Yeah. I've never been a 2-game buyer. But this was the first time I really was like super close to doing it. So we'll see what the future holds with those double games.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah. All right. Well, Boo Crew, if I haven't made it obvious on me, my favorite Pokemon is Obstagoon. And the reason for that is because not only do I like rock and roll, I mean, I'm not a big Kiss fan, but I really love rock and roll. And my favorite, actually, we'll talk about that later, but I like dark type Pokemon, and Obstagoon fit the bill. When I saw Galarian Linoone was getting an evolution, I first saw this thing for the first time. It's like, holy crap. I knew instantly it would have jumped to my, wait, is that a Beavis and Butthead emote?
Oh my gosh, I was just gonna say that.
Good God.
Dang, it's been a while since I've seen anything Beavis and Butthead.
Okay, I didn't think I'd see that here.
Oh my gosh. Love it.
But anyway, Obstagoon jumped to my top 10 list pretty much instantly based on looks alone. And when I saw this thing, I knew I had to use it on my playthrough team in Sword and Shield. So my very first playthrough of Sword, I found one of the little baby demons, as I called them, Galarian Zigzagoons.
Ziggy, yeah.
Leveled him up, got him evolved, and holy crap, this thing is a monster. This thing is a monster. Yeah, especially with a gut set with Facade and a Flame Orb. It is absolutely amazing. Ever since then, Obstagoon's been one of my favorites. It became my favorite overall after I decided to make it the mascot, because I knew when I started the channel I needed some sort of like Pokemon mascot, or I mean, I obviously could just use me, but I wanted a Pokemon mascot, so I chose Obstagoon because at first I wanted to choose Darkrai, but I knew for a while that Patters used to either still does or semi uses Darkrai for his mascot, so I had to use something that was unique. Obstagoon wasn't taken, so I just jumped the gun.
Boom. Let's do it. Tale as old as time. Low key, could you not see Screamtail and Obstagoon in like a band together?
Well,
a
considering
band, a screamo band. Hello.
Well, if Screamtail decided to go full blown emo and just go, actually, I would see an Obstagoon and a shiny Screamtail be at it because they got red eyes.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, just emo red eyes, shiny green, just emo red eyed, shiny Screamtail. I think I can imagine that.
I love it.
As long as it's loud enough.
I would totally go to that concert.
Yeah, we will see about that.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
Give us the concert.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so.
I love that.
Now
unofficially, Jigglypuff is my stream mascot, I guess. I do have a Screamtail emote, which we'll talk about later, but
yeah, we'll talk about that later. But now comes maybe this may be a difficult question for you. I'm not really sure based on your name, but what's your favorite shiny Pokemon?
You know it's hard to answer that, but for the longest time, my favorite has been shiny Noibat. My favorite color is teal. Yeah, I love teal and the black and the gray. I feel like it looks so good together. So Noibat is actually my favorite shiny. I remember the first time I saw it was actually on stream. We were playing Sword and Shield. And I think I kept running into a Noibat or something. And someone's like, oh, have you seen Noibat shiny? And I was like, oh, no, I haven't. So I looked it up and I was like, oh my God. This is glorious. I need it. So after that, I actually started, I started Masuda methoding a Noibat. And I ended up getting it. And ever since then, it's been my baby. My baby Noi.
Baby Noi.
Baby Noi.
See, this is the kind of stuff that you don't get from male creators. Cutesy nicknames. That's what I'm liking right now.
I can't encourage it more. Having little nicknames for your Pokemon is the best.
I mean, the only things I got cutesy nicknames for are the whole demon line. But other than that, I kind of like steer away unless I'm in the Dark Conquest.
I love that. See, you do it too. It's universal.
All right, well.
So wait, what's your favorite shiny though, and why?
I actually got my favorite shiny recently, Greninja.
What is it? No way! Such a good. Oh, and you have the card too.
Yeah, I've had this card for a while. Yeah, I've had this card for a while. So Greninja is my second favorite Pokemon of all time. And my favorite colors are, black, reds, and grays, plus a little bit of blue in there, and this fits the entire bill.
Yeah.
And as most of y'all know, I recently finally found a shiny Greninja thanks to Scarlet and Violet, and I almost choked.
Oh no! I need to see that. There has to be.
It's the pinned thing. It's the pinned post on my Twitter. I literally took a sip out of this cup, and I didn't scream I didn't want to have those corny reactions to like spit the water, so I just stupidly literally choked up and just didn't go anywhere.
I love that.
Yeah.
Gotta love a good shiny reaction. That's amazing. Congrats. You were how many eggs was it?
130. Crap, what was that? It was 130 something.
That is not bad at all.
I'm usually 130 139.
Oh wow.
I usually have
you ever had a super long Masuda?
My longest Masuda hunt on record was probably well over 2,000 eggs between Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and Scarlet and Sword and Shield. Here's how I do egg hunts.
Oh my god.
Like, here's how I do egg hunts. Like,
Yeah, break it down.
I've somehow in Sword and Shield gotten my shinies within the first 300 eggs.
How?
Most of the time. There are some outliers, but here's what I normally do. If in Sword and Shield, if I don't get the shiny within odds, what I do is that I literally just take the parent out of the daycare and then put a brand new one in there to like reset the sequence and to reset the grid.
Okay, yeah, I do the same thing actually. I sometimes will switch up my Ditto too. I'll switch up my Ditto. You know, I use the different language Dittos.
Yeah,
So sometimes I switch the language.
Yeah, I've used the same Ditto for most of my Masuda, well, pretty much all of my Masuda shinies in Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah? Is it like a good IV one or just one?
It isn't really just a good IV one, it's just one I've stuck with, and I think it's the only one I have in that copy.
Ah, okay. Got you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. But yeah, I'm not when I shiny hunt, I'm not too worried about IVs and stuff like that, so.
Me either, TBH. I just kind of got into it because I got a pretty good Ditto at some point, and people were like, "Oh, maybe you should try the." So I was like, "Okay, I'll try it."
Yeah, like I'm not really big on competitive play. I mean, I can build a competitive team, but at the same time, I'm not really into it because I feel like I'd be really absorbed into it, and I don't want to get too absorbed into it.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm not super into it myself either, so I don't really build mons. If they're shiny, I'm like, yes, that's all I wanted. Anything else is extra.
Yeah, I can understand that. All right, so what is your favorite Pokemon type?
Okay, so this has changed like a million times and probably will continue to change, but I like really sat down and thought about it, and I find that most of my favorite Pokemons from like each gen are either psychic types or ghost types, actually. Those seem to have the most of my favorite Pokemon. I think the main reason for the psychic types is that I
Hydrate.
Oh yeah.
Also, remember, guys, you can also ask us questions.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love that. Let me see. Let me make sure I have your chat open too. There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. I think for psychic types, it was mostly like the strength of a psychic type, right? Because it could almost, I mean, not that it doesn't have weaknesses, of course, but it can almost dominate like almost any Pokemon with some of its moves. And I really love that it's like more of like a mind game that it works on.
Mm-hmm.
And then ghost types, I don't know what it is, but there's so many ghost types that I love. So I think that's why Ghost is up there for me.
Would you say Lunala is your favorite legendary then because of those two types?
That is one of my favorite legendaries, but actually my favorite is Xerneas. So it's weird. I think fairies are in there somewhere too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Those are my probably top 3 favorite. And then also grass. If we're talking starters, I almost always go grass starter.
That's where you and I are different because I normally go for water or fire.
Yeah? You're like F the grass.
Yeah, well, this gen's gonna be different because I have to use the grass starter for my upcoming Dark Lock whenever the hell that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna be using Sprigatito.
Awesome. Yeah, into Meowscarada.
Yes, love it.
So, but yeah, this is where your favorite typings are slaughtered by mine because my favorite type is the Dark type.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why Dark type was introduced to nerf psychic types.
Yeah. Too bad, huh?
Ironic. It's weird though that Ghost and Dark have the same exact coverages when it comes to their super effective hits, but Dark types are just so much better. But the reason I love Dark types is because like I've kind of always felt like at home with the Dark type Pokemon because not only do their colors pretty much match my overall color schemes overall. At the same time, there's so many cool Dark type Pokemon out there that have such amazing designs. Like, you gotta go with Crocodile, for example, just a nice menacing dark croc. Let's see, obviously we got Obstagoon, for example, Gene Simmons of all people.
Gene Simmons, it really is.
Yeah, then we got my boy Greninja being the whole
After
ninja,
him?
being the, huh?
Is that design officially after Gene Simmons?
Well, it's not
Or is that like a
official. It's not
coincidence?
like it's not like officially stated it's inspired by him, but it obviously is inspired by
You could
Kiss.
assume. Yeah. Right. Obvi.
Yeah, like they
It's like
won't like,
Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan.
yeah, Bruce Lee,
Mhm.
Jackie Chan. Yeah, you can imagine that.
Mhm. See,
But yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
it's similar vibes, yeah, for sure.
but yeah, Shiny Greninja being that goth frog is just, just such a nice and amazing design. My 5 favorite Pokemon are all dark types: Obstagoon, Greninja, Darkrai, Hydreigon, Umbreon. Just such amazing designs and just amazing Pokemon overall. It just really makes me feel, comfortable, like choosing a whole lot of dark types. And besides, like, I
Yeah.
usually use a dark type on my team no matter what. On my Scarlet team, I used the King Gambit. Did I actually
Oh,
use a?
nice.
On my
Dope.
Violet team,
I
I
need
used
to.
a bomber. I used the former Titan Bombardier.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I ever caught mine now that I think about it.
I think I killed my. I think I killed the Earthworm Titan, and they don't respawn. So
They don't. That's right. Because the only one I think I have left that I didn't accidentally knock out is the um, what's the crab? Can't think of its name now.
cloth.
Cloth. Yeah, I think that's the only one I have left.
Yeah,
Because I
I
didn't
I
know you could
actually.
recatch them afterwards, so I was like, oh.
I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know
Dope.
myself, but at the same time, I haven't really gone after them.
Yeah, for sure. I think I just have cloth for me, but yeah. I love that you use dark types in all your teams because actually, when I think about it now, I always have a psychic type in mine, or at least one who can learn some sort of psychic move.
My Dark Conquest series has inspired, so far I know, 2 content creators that I know to do the same type of challenge, only using steel and electric types. My boy Cybernetic Axis has his
Ooh.
Cyber Armada / Cyber Invasion of, steel types of
Fun.
Pokemon regions. My boy Shrix, he recently just started the Thunder Brigade, the Thunder Brigade.
Ooh, I love these names too.
Yeah. So yeah,
So good.
definitely. So yeah, I mean that alone just, that just warms my heart, knowing that I
Every fave
inspired other
types.
people to do stuff like this.
Yeah, that's really dope as a creator when someone's like, "You've inspired me." I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that.
I love
So
it
that's
too.
great. I love to hear that. The
All
Poké
right, well here,
Network growing, growing every day.
hell yeah. All right. All right, so here's maybe a nitty gritty question. What is your favorite Pokemon game? And this can include the spin-off games and the main series.
Okay, cool. So, so here's the thing. I started, and I know we're gonna go into this a bit later, so I'll just mention it briefly. But I started in Pokemon Blue, and then took a pretty long break until the Switch for Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
games. And I'm
Uh huh.
just now, as an adult, going back through and playing the old school games. So I'm doing X right now, and then I'm going to move on to all the other ones that I was able to buy on my 3DS. So I can't speak to a lot of like the older generations. So I'll speak to the Switch games. And unpopular opinion, and it almost breaks my heart to say this, but actually Let's Go Eevee Pikachu is one of my faves. I
I
really love, yeah, I really love that you have to have like some sort of skill to like throw the Pokeball, which seems kind of weird, but I really love that like challenge on top of catching it. I felt like the game was like easy enough, but also still had enough challenge to it to where I like wanted to play it more. And then I really love the look of the game too. So even though I lost a shiny Bulbasaur on Let's Go Eevee, I'm gonna go Let's Go Eevee. Unpopular opinion.
I avoided Let's Go for the longest time, but
Yeah.
I knew when I got my Switch I had to get a feel for Pokemon games, so I bought Let's Go Eevee, and I mean I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
it's a nice different vibe from other Pokemon games.
yeah.
Um,
Actually, my first playthrough of it, and actually my only real playthrough of it, I found a random shiny Ekans before the second gym.
Yo, second gym shiny. I love that. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Second
did
will
a
break your
shiny.
heart though.
Yeah, I mean, I did a shiny. I did what?
Game will
Okay,
break your
well,
heart.
I did a shiny lock in the game back in 2021, and it took me
Oh
until
no!
2022 to finish.
Dang.
Oh, yo, hold the phone. There's a
Complete.
Cresselia in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna catch it with y'all. Cresselia. I don't think I have anything better than an Ultra Ball, so
There's a Cresselia in the chat. Goon Squad and Boo Crew.
go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Good luck, y'all.
But yeah. You actually reacted to one of my TikToks regarding one of my teammates, the Alolan Vulpix. That's where that came from.
Yes, that was so hype. I didn't even know like that was a thing too.
Yeah, that was part of my SBQ Nuzlocke
Beautiful.
in that game. I don't know, I don't know what caused me to go towards one of the Alolan Pokemon, but I love Alolan Ninetales, so I decided I just went for
Such
it.
a dope Pokemon. Yeah, good choice. Good choice indeed.
It took me a hot second to get it, but at the same time, it was all worth it.
Yeah. But how about you? What's your favorite Pokemon game? I'm curious if it's if it's an older Pokemon game like on the 3DS or older, or if it's like
Well,
a
it
newer
actually
game.
all my favorite Pokemon games fall on the DS. But
Okay.
here's how I like to diversify that topic between three different categories: overall story, the best
Okay.
Pokédex, and then just plain old
Ah,
overall game.
this is true. That's why it's hard to pick a favorite game. But yeah,
Yeah,
if I
that's
pick those three, yeah, go ahead. That's genius.
so it.
Mhm.
But yeah, so my favorite looks like DJ was the only one that caught the Cresselia.
Hey, DJ Tupac, GG. I wish it was
Good
a
job,
shiny
buddy.
for you.
Good job. Never found a shiny in the PCG, but anyway.
We'll
All
get
right,
it. We'll get it.
All right, but anyway, best games based on storyline alone are the Gen 5 games, and I lean more towards Black 2 and White 2
Okay.
because the Hugh storyline and freezing over the game, and at the same time the fusion between Kyurem and Zekrom and Reshiram, that scene there, which is the whole storyline between N and Getsis, it just really gets to you. Like at the time was the most mature Pokemon game you could possibly imagine. Scarlet and Violet does give it a run for its money, but at the same time, it's still my Gen 5 still lies in my heart.
Okay, awesome. Good to know. This is good because when I play through, I can be like, okay, I can
But
pay attention to this stuff.
yeah, I know. But overall decks, I got to go with the Platinum decks because Gen 4 has a lot of brand new Pokemon and awesome Pokemon on top of that. A whole slew of brand new Dark types. Love every single one of them. And at the same time, it introduced Electivire, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time.
Yeah.
And plus the legends of those games are just so iconic. I mean, Heatrans
Really
not too iconic, but Giratina, Dialga, Palkia, Arceus, they're just so
Big time.
memorable. You can't forget them. Even if you're not a non diehard Pokemon fan, you can't forget those guys.
It's true. And they've kind of not kind of lasted. They've lasted through each generation, like in a big way.
Yeah.
So.
But overall game, I still have to go with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I mean, at the
Ooh,
time,
I've
the
heard
most
that from a lot of
groundbreaking.
people.
Yeah, at the same time, it was the most groundbreaking Pokemon game at the time. You could have your Pokemon follow you. You can go to 2 different regions, and can't forget the Pokewalker. Can't forget it.
Yeah. Yep. See, that's why I really liked Let's Go Eevee because you could catch a shiny like Charizard. Like my Charizard is shiny, and then I can ride around on that Charizard. And that's something I wished they had brought to pretty much every other Pokemon game, like Legends Arceus. I wish they brought it to Scarlet Violet somehow, but we'll see. But yeah, I definitely love that. And I've heard that about Heart Gold, Soul Silver too.
Yeah,
So
it's real. I mean, I don't recommend you going trying to buy a copy because you're not going to do without spending a couple $100.
No. I think I'll have to check if it's on the 3DS eShop before it disappears.
I
But
don't
I'll
believe
probably
it
go with
is.
a digital. Oh, it's not.
Gold and silver and crystal are on there, but not heart gold, soul silver. Your best, if you
Yeah.
want to play those games without spending a buck, just do a emulator. I
Emulators.
recommend
Yeah.
I recommend Desmumi.
Desk Boomy?
Desmumi.
No, got that wrong. Okay, yeah. If you could send that, that'd be perfect.
I'll send you a link, and I'll also link you a place where you can download a whole bunch of ROMs.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Because I don't want to spend $100+ on a Pokemon game.
No one wants to spend that. I spent that plus on Scarlet and Violet, but not on a classic game.
Yeah, on a classic game, that's what's rough. You always think there's gonna be a sale on these Pokemon stuff, but we dream. We dream.
Yeah, we can only have sweet dreams, but they're not going to be made of these.
Sorry, Beyonce.
Wait, that's Beyonce who sings that?
Well, that's what she quotes it.
Oh, I see.
Be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare.
I see.
Sorry.
Anyway, you're about that something?
Okay, back to games though. I really liked Sword and Shields, like the Galarian forms. I actually really liked those. So I will say that Sword and Shield does have appeal to me because the Galarian forms were pretty dope.
Well, Sword and Shields for me is where I got my start on Twitch. My very first stream is when the DLC for the Isle of Armor came out. So that's when I first started streaming.
Aww.
So
Sword and special place in your heart for sure.
Yes, yeah. Sword and Shield is still a mainstay in my channel. I mean, most of my aspects of the channel theme are still Sword and Shield based because that's where where I got my start. Yeah. The sword the sword font is still the presence of my logo.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told my guy specifically that when you make the new logo, just make sure it's still the Sword and Shield font, no alterations, because I want to stay true to my roots.
Yeah, Sword and Shield's so good. The DLC was great.
At the start, it was a center-based game with no special, because there's a whole lot of post-game content that most games need.
Mm-hmm.
But Sword and Shield didn't have it before the DLC, but then it added the DLC, so it made it a lot better.
Yeah. I feel like Scarlet Violet's DLC has quite a bit to live up to.
We'll talk about that later as well.
We shall see.
All right, so now we're gonna go from love to hate.
Love to hate.
I don't know how hateful you are of Pokemon in certain aspects, but do you have a least favorite Pokemon?
I do. I have a few least. Well, I have a few.
Me too. I got a whole list.
Okay, cool. So least favorite Pokemon. Okay, one is Male Combee. And that's because I have personal beef with Male Combee. It seems to be the only shiny Combee I can ever catch. So there's that personal beef with that one. And then I also do not like Marshtomp. Is it Marshtomp? The freaking middle evolution of Mudkip?
Swampert? Yeah, the middle evolution of Swampert. What? You don't like Marshtomp?
Swampert? Marshtomp. I don't like Marshtomp. I don't know what it is about Marshtomp's face, but I don't like it. Let me look at it.
I get the middle evolution.
When it's smiling, it's cute, okay? When it's smiling, it's cute because it's smiling. But when it just has that neutral face, I don't like that.
I get that the middle evolution is supposed to be derpy teenagers.
It's true, and they do it well, I guess. But I think it's the little face for me. Marshtomp, not a fave.
All right, that's
you like the face I made?
That's it.
The Marshtomp face.
I can go. I can go straight faced all day.
Right? That's fine. If Marshtomp looked like that, I'd be like, all right, Marshtomp, straight chillin'. But it's for me. So Male Combee and Marshtomp, sorry babies.
Male Combee is definitely justified, but you're actually, unless you've heard me say this before, my least favorite Pokemon is actually a dark type.
I think I know which dark. Wait, maybe not.
Just guess.
I don't think it's a dark type. What I'm thinking.
What do you think it is?
Wobbuffet.
That's actually on the list. It's my second.
Okay.
It's my second
Okay,
least.
I was like, I don't think Wobbuffet is. I think it's psychic, right?
Yeah, it's a psychic type. Actually, I'm more turned to making
what's your
Lickitung / Licky Licky my number 2 based on the gross factor that Infinite Fusions has given me. But
I love watching Infinite Fusion streams. Top
yeah,
10
those Lickitung things are absolutely disgusting.
You know, they went with a design choice on that, and I question it. Wait, but what's first? Your least. Wait, let me look up dark type Pokemon. I can try to guess. Dark type Pokemon.
My chat knows all too well, and I can go on and on and on and on and on and on about how much I hate this Pokemon.
Is it Inkay? I hope not.
Nope, I actually love Pneumococcus.
Oh, okay, cool. How about Vullaby?
Nope, I love Dry Bones.
Okay. Raticate.
Surprisingly not. But I will give you.
Oh, is it Drapion?
How could you say that?
No.
I love
Okay, sorry.
Drapion.
I'm sorry.
You were close. You were close at the Raticate. You were close.
I was close with Raticate.
You were close.
Is it in that family, or is it like another?
It's in that region.
It's in that region.
No Weavile, Andre. I love Weavile.
Idea. I have no idea. Wait.
Want me to just say it?
Yeah, tell me. Hit me with it.
Alolan Persian.
Oh, really? Wait, Alolan Persian.
I hate it.
It's that face, that chunky little like.
There's more than just the face. There's more than just the face.
Tell me, hit me with it.
Design-wise.
Yeah, design-wise, I don't feel like it's on par with a lot of the dark types.
Design-wise, this thing is an absolute disgrace to dark types, having a freaking watermelon engulf-size head. And then, on top of that, this is where it gets salty. Before Sword and Shield came about, and Piers and Marnie came into play, the closest thing we ever had to a dark-type gym leader was Nani. And if he had just had an Alolan Muck, he would have actually had a pretty decent battle. And it would have fit him so much better. But no, they just had to give him the ugly ass punt to the sun, disgraceful cat.
To the sun. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. I hate it so much. Punting it to the moon is a courtesy. Punting it to the sun is a more treacherous thing.
I need you to be engulfed by the fire of the sun.
Yes.
Moon
Let it be
kitty.
engulfed by the fire of the sun. That's what they love to call it, Moon Kitty. And on top of that, my mod Trix, who isn't here at the moment, he made me hunt it.
No.
Well,
with like
hunt
channel
it's-
points or something.
Yeah, channel
like
points. I have a channel point. I'm just going to choose my next shiny hunt. And he made me do Masuda method for Alolan Meowth. And I got it at 192. And I said, here you go, Trix. Fuck this stupid cat.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
get me
gonna
wrong.
send you someone's redesign of it, and it looks pretty cool.
A
It kind of
redesign, eh?
honestly looks like of what they would want it to be. Looks pretty cool.
I'll actually take a look at
DM'd
this.
You on Discord.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
I like
can't
that
do it on
way
this.
better. Way better. It kind of looks like the I don't remember the cat's the saber-toothed cat in Scarlet Violet.
Genpao?
Is that the name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right, I will admit that this
looks like that.
design looks a hell of a lot better, but at the same time,
Yeah, it still looks too
you
much
had-
like Persian to me, but
I had to see its ugly ass face in the
sorry,
corner.
it's in the background. It's in the background of the redesign picture.
But yeah, there's just so much wrong with that thing. There's just so much wrong.
It's kind of a bummer because I feel like the Alolan Meowth is pretty cool looking. Like, got a little something to it.
It and its Persian and its baby have been permanently banned from my Discord, the Dark Kingdom, my channel, and any type of dark lock I plan to do.
Alolan Persian, I'm sending you all the cards I find. You just come home one day and your whole stream space is Alolan Persian.
I have a feeling that if I see my crew again, they're gonna troll me with that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's a fucking Persian in the chat.
Even PCG is like, F you.
Well, at least it didn't say it's a Alolan form.
Right? I'm gonna catch it. Watch this be your first shiny.
I ain't doing it. I only do it whenever there's a dark type going around.
PCG said, speaking of.
Alright,
that's a good choice for that one's pretty rough in terms of evolution. This is true.
Alright, so what is your least favorite shiny?
Ooh, least favorite shiny? This one's a hard one because I feel like the only shinies I really don't like are the ones that are like barely different.
I mean, that's mine. That's mine, but there's a specific one I don't like.
Yeah. As far as okay, and this is another probably unpopular opinion. I wish Zekrum's shiny was a little bit better. I don't know if it's my least favorite shiny. I just wish it were better. I feel like they barely changed it.
I mean, I like it when it's lit up. The green definitely makes it more stand out.
Yeah, I wish just there was like maybe more green when it lit up because it's only really its tail and then like I think a little piece of its thingy.
I mean, it's Gen 5. Its Gen 5 sprite included more green, but its 3D sprites don't.
So maybe it's the evolution of that sprite then. But yeah, I wish Zekrum's was a little, and same with the Reshiram. I don't even care too much for those two Pokemon, but because their shinies are so blah, I'm like, forgettable.
Well, actually, like their shinies are kind of like clashing each other because I don't know if you knew this, but those two Pokemon can relate all the time to two specific Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Reshiram has blue eyes and it's a white dragon, blue eyes, white dragon. And and Zekrom is a black dragon with red eyes, black dragon. But if you don't notice, their eye colors swap whenever they go shiny. So it goes to red eyes, white dragon, and then blue eyes, black dragon. I just really like that.
I like that they relate to each other, I guess, but I still wish there was more to it. And I do feel that way about quite a few shinies, actually, where I'm like, fairly different. But least favorite? I'm trying to think of what's a shiny I get a lot of, maybe. I will have to go with those two, I think. I mean, I even wish Xernea's shiny was better. It's only barely different, too. And it's one of those other ones where you don't really see too much of the change.
Well, and
when it's activated, it's like a lot better.
Yeah, when it's activated, its real shiny form is there, but when it's non-activated, then it's like a subtle difference.
A deer.
Why it even has that is beyond me.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Must be something to the story, I guess. But
I genuinely have no idea to this day.
No, me either. I know something activates. It's supposed to be like the special weapon, but
yeah, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that with Yveltal, so it's kind of like, why?
Yeah. I guess that's a little hole in the the shiny plot. I can't wait to hear your least favorite shiny.
Well, I would have said, before Scarlet and Violet, I would have said it was Regice because it's even in its 3D sprite, it's still barely noticeable.
Yeah.
But Scarlet and Violet has introduced my least favorite shiny of all time now,
Ooh.
The
Sorry, Go
actually
ahead.
it's three:
I think. Mm-hmm.
Charcadet, Armor Rouge, and Cerulege.
Oh yeah. Talk about disappointing. I feel
Beyond
like they
disappointing.
could have done so much.
I used
They
an
could have
Armor
done so much
Rouge
with
and a
those.
Cerulege in my individual Scarlet and Violet teams, but I
Mm-hmm.
was just beyond disappointed. All they did was change the freaking eye color. It's like it's literally just me popping
Yeah.
off these and going away with them forever. That's literally all they did. Say, "Oh, hey,
They're
this
like,
is
I
normal
am
Spence.
shiny Spence.
Yeah, this
I
is
am
normal
normal
Spence, and hey, I'm shiny Spence."
shiny Spence. There you go. I like that. Shiny
Goldango is another.
golden go.
Goldango is
How
another
does one go?
story, but at the same,
Oh.
but you can't really get that Pokemon. You can get the other ones though.
Oh.
Plus, I'm not the
Goldango.
biggest
Now where
fan
the
of
emphasis
Goldango.
is, I've been saying it wrong. Oh, is it just
What?
silver? No. That's
It
what people want it to be.
it's brown rings that you see along its body go to like a silver.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, like they could have easily just made it a
Oh, yeah,
Silver
I can't.
Surfer, but no, they didn't.
That's weird. Yeah,
But
some of
yeah,
these shiny design choices are
but yeah,
iffy.
they could have just like changed Charcadet's color scheme to a different color, and they could have easily just swapped the color schemes of Armor and Cerulege and just called it a day. But nope.
I feel that. I feel like Shroodle is kind of disappointing too.
Who?
Shroodle rhymes with noodle.
Oh, you're talking about the pre-evolution of Grafia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that thing.
That one's barely different too. Speaking of Gen 9 Chinese.
Yeah, I really haven't gone after that per se. There's still a lot of Gen 9 shinies I really just either am not interested in getting, and I just really haven't hunted for.
Yeah. I'm mostly doing Gen 9 shinies just because I try to do shinies according to what game they appear. I mean, within some reason. So I'm hunting all the Gen 9ers right now. Even some of them that I don't care for.
Unfortunately for me, I don't really like any of the starters, so I'm not going to be shiny hunting any of them.
No?
Nah, I mean if Skeledirge went from the red croc to like a black or a green croc, I would have easily stopped
cool.
everything and shiny hunted it, but nope.
I love the pink though. I can't deny a little pink. A little pink croc.
I mean, there are some pinks that I can get with, but just on Skeledirge, it just really is offsetting for me.
I feel like it could have, a black shiny would have been nice. Very nice. Did you
black shinies
choose
are always good.
Coco for your starter in Gen 9?
Oh yeah, I was Flake Coco gang all the way.
Okay, I thought so. What a cutie.
Yeah, I call it Jalokio.
Jalokio? That is the cutest.
Because it's based off of a pepper.
Yeah. That's adorbs. A little chili pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, tell that about its rock and roll daddy.
Yeah, and the microphone. It's like, again, if we start a Pokemon band.
Lyle, crocodile.
Exactly. It's perf. Yes.
All right.
So, least favorite shinies. Sadness. Sorry.
It's all right. But speaking of least favorite, what about
Someone
type?
loves them. Least favorite Pokemon type.
Yeah, what type can you not stand?
Bug. I don't like bugs IRL too, and there's not very many bug Pokemon that I like. There's some, and some of the bug Pokemon have really great shinies, but I don't like bugs. Not a fan.
So you're a modern day
always
Misty.
My least favorite. Yes, basically. I am Misty, but 2023. So that was something whenever Misty was scared of what it was. It's like a Caterpie, I think.
Yeah, first thing was a Caterpie, and then it just first thing it was a Caterpie, and then it just escalated to every other bug Pokemon in existence.
Yep. So yeah, I can relate. Definitely can relate to Misty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know how caught up you are with like the anime stuff, but in one of Ash's final anime episodes, it was talked about how she actually has conflicting feelings about Dewpider, which is both water and bug.
Oh yeah, that one's scary because it looks like a spider.
I know. I love Araquanid. I love Arachnid.
Yeah. Oh, it's giant spider.
Yeah, Water
Giant
Bubble's an amazing.
looking spider.
Yeah, yeah, Water Bubble's an amazing ability, and its shiny is pretty top tier.
What is the shiny? Wait.
It's like a purplish.
Ooh, purple. Duper.
Yeah, it has
Boys
like
go to
purple and.
I say Dupiter. Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Do you remember that? Girls go to Mars to get more candy bars. No one? Just me?
I think I've heard it like maybe once before. I just haven't heard it in like years.
Yeah. Not as an adult, no.
No, not as an adult.
Oh, the shiny
technically-
is beautiful though. That
Technically, I
purple.
was an adult when Stupiter was released.
Oh, okay, that's just true. It's more of a recent one. That was very common as a youngin', right? Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. And then girls went to Mars to get more candy bars.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I think most boys gotta go to Jupiter because most boys are pretty freaking stupider. No, no.
So it worked.
No offense, us guys, but we can be pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you know.
Yeah,
So
I'm
wait,
willing to
what's
say it
your
'cause
least
I'm,
favorite? What's your least favorite?
Berries, no question.
Really?
Oh, what do you expect? I'm a dark type prodigy.
I know this is true, but
Plus, there are
it's supposed to be like
some
your opposite.
Yeah, but also there are just some Pokemon that just do not make any sense being fairy type. For example, Gramble. I bring it up every time I say it. Gramble does not scream, "Hi, I'm a cute little fairy."
Oh. Maybe that's supposed to be its appeal, though. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm an angry dog, but actually, I'm a fairy.
I mean, I can get
That's what they were going
Snubble. I mean, I can understand why Snubble could have gotten the fairy type, but Gramble makes no sense.
Yeah, I figured they would like maybe change it in that Evo.
I mean, there's only a few like fairy types that I actually like, and it's pretty much
What
this.
are
I
some
like
fairy types you like?
Grimmsnarl, Togekiss, Gardevoir, and Alolan Ninetales. Those are like the only four I like genuinely really like. The other ones I've just used on playthrough teams, or like I just used before to like get through the day.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually kind of fond of Tinkaton. I was actually really fond of Tinkaton before I realized they freaking tried to kill murder birds.
Oh no! Oh yeah, the Corviknights.
Yeah, that's what everyone else in my community calls them, murder birds.
Smack 'em out of there.
Yeah, Corviknight's my favorite flying type and my favorite regional bird, so I was kind of conflicted.
Aw. And Tinka was like, not today. What about
We've already gone and discussed the Alolan Persian, Jared.
Persian.
We've already gone and discussed that.
And then immediately got trolled by one in chat.
Well, the PCG trolled us with the Persian.
Yes, indeed. Interesting. Fairies. Fairies are your least favorite. Who knew? I didn't expect your least favorite Pokemon to be a dark type, honestly. That was...
I mean, that's where, like, guests who don't know me too well are kind of misconcepted because I tell them that, yo, I love dark types.
Love
but then I'm like,
all dark types.
No, I don't love all dark types. Just those two.
Just those few.
Yeah,
that's
just
fine.
Those two. All right, so.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. All right, so out of all the Pokemon games you play, which one do you like the least? This can include both main series and spin-offs.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say 2. And this is, I don't think I've given either of them like a full chance. And I think once I do, they'll probably be crossed off that list. But for me, I feel like my least favorite Pokemon games are Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I, for some reason, could not get into it too much. So that's one of mine. And then, oh, is that a good answer? And then I'm trying to get into this game. I've tried to get into this game multiple times too, but also Pokemon Unite. I can't super get into Pokemon Unite either. So those are two Pokemon games that I'm kind of struggling with.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royale games, so I never really got into Unite. I mean,
Yeah.
BDSP isn't my least favorite, but I'll actually explain. Like, BDSP is bad because of Ilka.
Mm.
Like, a lot of people don't like it because they wanted a remake, not a remaster. That's the problem.
Ah, okay.
That's
I never
why
played the original though, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I
I don't
played
know.
Original Diamond, and it just had the same
OG.
exact feel. I mean, the Underground definitely brought in some new aspects for your teams, but at the same time, it was still the
Yeah.
same exact game, except for the Elite Four.
Mm.
That was a wow. They actually did that. But
Yeah.
other than
It
that,
was hard.
yeah, other than that, there wasn't really anything new introduced.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why
So
people didn't
for
really like it because it was a remaster
yeah.
instead of a remake.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair.
I mean, is that why
Fair.
you don't like it so much, or you just really never,
I
just
don't.
never
Well, I
clicked?
never played the OG, so I didn't have much to compare it to. But I had played obviously Sword and Shield first. So I think having played Sword and Shield and then going to Brilliant Diamond, I for some reason could not get into the story. I couldn't get into um like I wasn't excited to shiny hunt in it. Which would have been my first Pokemon game where I wasn't like, "Oh, let's shiny hunt like as soon as possible." That was one that I couldn't get into. I haven't revisited it revisited it in a while, but I don't know, maybe I'll give it another chance. I do have um the shaman resets to do eventually. But
I am still going after Darkrai.
yeah, I was gonna ask you, I was like, I think you're still resetting for Darkrai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am currently
But yeah,
standing at
for me,
8,430.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And there no boost with those types of like no
the
shiny
only
boost.
the only real shiny boosts are pretty much Masuda odds. The shiny charm is broken, and it
Okay.
only works on Masuda method.
That's right. Okay. And maybe that's another reason why I couldn't get too into it, because I was like, why does this work for some stuff and not others? And
Nah, nah. It's not broken
mhm.
as in good broken. It's good as in bad
Yeah,
broken.
it's like bad broken. It's like fix it.
IXL, welcome in.
Interesting. Hey.
All right.
Interesting. Yeah, and then also Pokemon Unite. I just couldn't get into it. Um, I'm a button masher with those games, so I don't have a strategy. I just press buttons and hope it does something.
I'm the same way with Smash Bros.
Yeah, I'm a button mashing delight, so
I mean, if Strix was here,
definitely
he'd
couldn't
probably
get into it.
yeah. If Strix was here, he'd be telling the story already. But last time I played Smash Bros, I was button mashing with IRL collab between Strix the Lion, my buddy Jurassic Nate, and Big 893. And there, at one point, we were playing, and Strix was playing as Donkey Kong, and he literally blasted all of us out of the ring and yelled, "Monkey!"
I love it.
Yeah,
I
it
love
was funny as
Smash.
hell.
So fun.
It
So
was
fun.
funny as hell. But all right, well, you're actually maybe surprised by my least favorite, considering that where one of my favorite Pokemon comes from. But I don't like X and Y.
Really? I'm
No.
finishing up X right now. What made you not like it? Because I've
Well, for
actually heard
start,
that from quite a few people.
well, the game's just. I mean, I get that the game was supposed to be the first 3D game for the DS for the 3DS, so they didn't really want to put too much. Didn't want to overcapacitate the game, if that makes any
Mm.
sense. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, they could have done a lot more.
Mm.
All right, the
Yeah.
storyline is borderline basic, and it's also way too easy. Even without Mega Evolution, it's still really easy.
Yeah. It was pretty easy.
And on top of
Um.
that, like Andre is saying in the chat, there's no post game. Like there's literally only one thing to do post game, and that's go off to that whatever town that is and do Friend Safari and the Battle Mason, and that's it. There's nothing else.
Oh. I'm doing Battle Mason right now though, and it is kicking my butt because none of my Pokemon are trained. But
Yeah, I know. Like that's like the only thing to
it's
do
kicking my
post game in
ass.
those games. Because
Yeah,
like, I mean, don't get me
that's a good
wrong.
point.
I love the Gen 9 dark. I mean, I love the Gen 6 dark types that they introduced in those games. But at
Hmm.
the same time, they're just really incomplete. Like, I really hope
Yeah.
if these games ever get remade, they just really, 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 really need to step up the hardness, the difficulty factor,
Hmm.
given the Elite Four members each a Mega Evolution, and
Hmm.
just like seriously, they also should have introduced a lot more Pokemon because this is the gen that has introduced the least amount of Pokemon. Actually, was it that or was it
Yeah.
crap? Was it that or it was either X and Y or Sun and Moon. One of them introduced 68 new Pokemon, which is the lowest it's ever been.
Yeah. So I feel like they needed to work more on the story aspect, like the actual game, and less on like, oh, this is the first 3D game. You know what I mean? I think they were so stuck on that they didn't develop the story more or give it much post game, which is unfortunate because you know.
Yeah, and on top of that, the champion literally only has like literally 3 times in the entire game she talks.
Yeah,
People
I
love
was
the
actually surprised when I got to the champion. I was like, I kind of forgot about them. Like,
Okay, so here's the thing. I've seen on Twitter people give Gita a lot of beef because her team is
yeah.
really easy. But at the
Mhm.
same time, here's where the misconception goes because Gita's actually in her game. Gita actually has more dialogue than
Yeah.
Diantha, pretty much
Hmm.
times 5. More
Yeah.
dialogue, more of a presence. Yes, I agree. Her team could have used some upgrades, but at the
Beefier.
same time, she's actually in her game. Unlike
Hmm.
Diantha, the movie star actress.
Yeah, that was indeed weird. We did not see much. I didn't see much from her. I played the game really like just finished the game recently, so
Yeah, you
that's a
literally
good
only
point.
see her 3 times in the game. In the cafe in Lumio City, at the train
Yeah,
station, before Coraline City, Coraway City, or Coraline, I don't forgot what city it is, and at the end
Coraline.
where you beat her as the champ.
Yeah, that's honestly, yeah, that's a really good
That's
point.
yeah, those are the only 3 times
I
you see her.
remember being surprised, like, who is this?
Yeah, no, you see Gita
I was
every other time,
expecting it
but
to be, like almost
yeah,
after every gym. I feel like, and then she's
yeah,
other places in the stories too, or in the
yeah,
story. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
she's actually a part of that region.
Yeah,
Dang, Pokemon XY, you messed up.
yeah. Again, I love Greninja, don't like the games.
Hmm. I was gonna
All
ask
right.
you,
Huh? What do
if
you,
you've shiny hunted Greninja in that game yet,
I didn't
or
start shiny
done it
hunting
with
until Sun
Suda.
and Moon.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, my
Do you
first
have
start, my first. Huh?
Go ahead.
No,
Sorry, go
you go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, do you plan on ever revisiting some of the older games and doing shiny hunts?
Not really, because I don't really have all they would be is emulator, and they're not real
Oh, okay.
shinies.
I feel that. Boo.
All right, so you touched on this briefly earlier, but give us more details about your very first experience with Pokemon.
Yeah, so I was a kid when Pokemon came out. Pokemon Blue was my first game. I was watching the anime. I remember collecting stuff. I had cards. And then shortly after, at the time, I was a part of a church. My family was a part of a church.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't get into too much with it, but basically the leader of that church decided that Pokemon was evil. It was like a bad thing because it taught kids about evolution, and evolution is bad. So my stay with Pokemon was short when it first came out because all my friends were like not into it anymore because this preacher had said it was bad. And like when you're a kid, like when your friends aren't doing something that you're doing, you're like less likely to keep up with it, I feel like. And so none of my friends were into Pokemon anymore, so it kind of fell off for like a really long time, like most of my adult life. And then 2000, when did Sword and Shield come out?
2018.
2018. Okay, then it was before then. Pokemon Go came out, and I was into Pokemon Go, and then I even fell off with that for quite a few years. And then I finally came back to Pokemon like full time in Sword and Shield. So I did get my start with that first Pokemon Blue game, but yeah, again, some people decided that Pokemon was evil. And you've probably seen that video on Instagram, maybe? There's like a preacher who's like preaching against Pokemon and saying it's demonic and stuff. It wasn't that guy. I don't know who that guy is, but same energy.
Yeah, well, I'm not really on Instagram. I'm not really on Instagram, Snapchat, stuff like that.
You're not missing too much.
Yeah.
On my channel, it's mostly just shiny Pokemon pictures, but yeah. So yeah, I had a really weird and complicated, I guess, journey with Pokemon, but I am glad that I am back with it. Sometimes I'm like, oh dang, I wish like I would have stayed, liking Pokemon my whole life, but that's just not how it's gonna be.
Yeah, my buddy Jurassic Nate's got a similar story to yours, except it wasn't a preacher that told him Pokemon was bad. It's just that his parents pretty much banned him from doing anything Pokemon until he moved out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's weird. I don't get it myself, but
Yeah, I mean, if he was here, he'd be able to give you. Like, if he was here, he'd be able to give you the story in full detail.
Yeah.
But he tells a lot better than I do.
Him if he's down to talk about it sometime. But yeah, it's stupid because that they don't believe now that church has a Pokemon gym and Pokemon Go and a Pokemon stop, so it's like that clearly was not something you really felt strongly about. I think you were just trying to control people at the time. But
yeah, pretty much.
No, it's a bummer. It's a bummer when people ruin things for you, but I'm glad I'm back.
We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
But anyway,
how about you? What was your first experiences like?
My first experience was the anime. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the guy, but my brother had VHS tapes regarding Pokemon. And one of the first ones that I watched was Pokemon Shipwrecked, Island of the Giant Pokemon, and Tentacruel. And I just watched this like three episode set, and I'm like, oh, like a moment of like enlightenment. Cool. Like this, like it was just so mesmerizing, cool to me. So I started watching more of the anime. Then later on, I got introduced to Pokemon cards, and I'm like, these things are interesting. Still to this day, don't know how to play the game, even though I have like freaking hundreds of them below my feet.
Yeah, me either. I don't know how to play the TCG game. It's on my never-ending list of things to learn, but.
All right. Then later on, I started playing the Pokemon games. My very first Pokemon game was Sapphire, and I kind of went back and played the older ones, but at the same time, I never finished them. So after I started playing Sapphire, it just really like opened my world to the Pokemon world of games, which is one of the reasons why Swampert is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, because the game that I got lent had a Swampert as a starter, so I never actually technically started Sapphire. I did on this channel. I started Red and Sapphire on this channel and completed them. One was a Nuzlocke, one wasn't, but at the same time, it was still a pretty. I'd say it's a pretty average start to Pokemon. But it's more so about the journey that a person has with Pokemon is what shapes them to be the person they are when it comes to Pokemon, I have to say.
So true. Yeah, that's why I try not to like be sad, I guess, about it. I mean, obviously I wish I had kept we might still have my Pokemon cards from way back somewhere, but in those ways, like, yeah, I wish I had kept up with the collecting or whatever, but the way it happened is how it happened, and it shaped me as a person and as a Pokemon trainer and a gamer. It's shaped me differently, so I can't be too mad at it.
Nope, not too bad at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I have a question about your collecting. Do you collect more? What kind of collector are you in terms of cards? Are you like more about the art? Are you more about the price? Are you more being your favorite Pokemon, or
I guess I'm more so about art and type. Like, hold on one sec. I have I have this trainer box here full of
Ooh.
pretty much all like dark type themed
Face.
cards.
Okay.
And I got some of them that are sleeved. I started opening card packs on stream. I never actually collected Pokemon cards before I started opening them on stream, so I've only just recently been doing this.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the same way though. I pick more toward like the art of the card and like a favorite Pokemon, and less about. I mean, if I pull a card that's like worth a lot, I'm not gonna be like, oh, who cares? But you know,
probably the most valuable card.
Emphasis.
The most valuable card I have pulled is probably this one, which is like maybe $45.
Okay.
But it's my favorite.
Nice. That's a good looking card too. Tapu Koko in the chat. Sorry, just saw that.
Let's go.
Let's go, y'all.
Tapu Koko, Tapu Bolu.
Tapu Koko. I like the Tapu.
Poké Catch,
Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball it, y'all.
Ultra Ball, Tapu Koko, y'all. But the favorite card I've honestly pulled is this Alt Art Lugia.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very. I love it when I love it when it's got like a menacing look.
Yeah. I think that's what I love about Screamtail too.
But yeah, I digress.
I have
All right.
Let me show you the Pokemon cards I got on my. I have this Roly Poly Jigglypuff.
Aww.
Worth pretty much nothing. And then this most recent pull was a shiny Rillaboom, which was my.
I think I saw that
starter.
on TikTok.
Yeah, that was my starter for Gen 8.
I got a shiny Rillaboom too, but it's not that art.
Okay, nice. Shining fates, you know, shinies make sense.
Yeah, but anyway, it's time for the emote elaboration.
Ooh.
All right, Christina, I would like you to post some of your Pokemon-themed emotes in the chat. They're going to pop up on the wall. And give us a little detail as to what came about to them, as why they were themed after that. And, you know, if you want to say who created them, go ahead. But,
yeah.
Oh, man, I missed it again.
Exactly.
Radiant, you lucky devil.
Who got it?
Radiant and Spearow.
Oh, nice. GG, y'all. Okay, so here's one. This was actually... I think this was one of my first Pokemon emotes, now that I think about it. But it's this sad Galarian Corsola. It's like kind of shaking around.
I see.
I love its face. I love that it's sad. I love the story of Galarian Corsola a lot. I love Corsola normally too, but I love the story of Galarian Corsola. I love that it's sad. It is made by me. It was one of the first emotes I ever made too.
Nice.
Yeah. And at the time I was also hunting Galarian Corsola in Sword and Shield, so I was like, you know what, this is perfect. So that's remained my sad emote for the longest time. And then we also have, let's see. Oh, I'll talk about this one. This is one of my most recent ones. It is shiny Espeon.
Looks more like
Espeon's
a dirt
obviously yeah, right. Espeon is my favorite evolution. And I actually really do like the shiny. I know it's that obnoxious green. So that's why I called it. Yeah, right? I like it too. I called it Espeon, like and it's kind of rolling its eyes.
Oh, I see.
Because I be rolling my eyes too, so it seemed like the perfect matchup. And then let's do a third one. What's another one? Let's do Oh, let's do this. This is my Biddy emote, so not very many people have it, but it is my favorite shiny baby Noi Noi with the shiny charm. Yeah.
Baby Noi Noi.
One of my baby Noi Noi. One of my favorites. Shinies, obviously, and then the shiny charm with it. So yeah. Those are my Pokemon. Some of my Pokemon emotes. Yeah. I mean, I have others, but oh, I'll share this one. This is my baby Xerneas. Yeah, can I? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, you
this
share
is my baby Xerneas.
As long as they're Pokemon emotes, share as many as you want.
Yeah, Yeah, this is my little dancing baby Xerneas.
Which is based off its shiny, which I can appreciate.
Yeah, so I kept it shiny on that one too. So that's my other animated one. And then probably one of the ones I'm most proud of, because it was an original design, I guess. I mean, you know, it's not too complicated, but it's my Sprigatito. It's a little Sprigatito in a teacup. Sprigatito, so that's my Spriggy emote.
Those are cuties.
Yeah, thanks. How about you? I love your emotes, honestly.
All right, so
I'm curious to hear more about them.
All right, so probably a lot of people wonder about why my Shiny Luck emote is based off of Regidrago instead of a Dark type. And that's because Regidrago is my first on-screen shiny.
No way, dude.
Yep.
Casual?
No, back in my rookie days when I had no idea how to stream. So if you can go ahead and watch that clip there if you want.
Oh yes, I do. I do want.
But yeah. So it's to pay homage to my first on-screen shiny.
Oh, amazing! Oh, this is Baby Spence.
Yeah, Baby Spence before the sunglasses, the decent camera, the LEDs, and all the other stuff.
Oh my god, your reaction is amazing though.
My camera was shit back then. My camera was absolute shit.
I know, it's kind of funny. Like I see clips from when I first started and I'm like, God, why did people even watch me?
No one was watching me at that time. You know, like literally the only person that was watching me back then was one of my VIPs.
Oh, I love it. That's amazing. Right. That's an amazing first shiny for stream.
Yeah. This one is my tier 3 emote, so it's not seen a whole lot. Obsta Piers, as I love to call it.
Obsta Piers, because it kind of looks like Piers and singing.
Yeah, it has like Piers's jacket, Piers's mic, and it just really good work there. That one was made by Video Game Shay. Really amazing graphic artist.
Yeah, she is.
All right, so I'm gonna group these together because they're kind of like the same thing. These are my basic Obstagoon emotes: Hype, Rage, and just general Demon.
I love it. The shiny Obstagoon is so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously most of my emotes are based off of the Obstagoon Dark type line, but at the same time,
the Rage one underrated, I would say.
Yeah, this one that was really good. But I had Shay redraw this emote because this one it was kind of messed up at first when I realized it, and so I had like just Shay just just take this emote and just like make it look like it was drawn by a really, just make it look like it was actually hand drawn.
Which one?
The basic demon emote. This one.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
All right, so my lurk emote, is based off of Darkrai because Darkrai can disappear into a shadow, and that's what most lurkers do. They disappear into the shadows, so that's why it's lurk.
That's perfect.
I have Zoroa Giggle for funny moments, Rage ban really moments with High Dragon Ban Hammer, and one of my underrated ones is Sushi.
It's so freaking cute.
I've grown to love Lantern a lot over the past few years thanks to an electric only run I did in Shield.
Yeah, I remember Sushi. And then you also had Sushi in another playthrough you did, I thought. Or am I thinking?
I did it. I had her in my metronome lock, but that was it.
Okay, yeah. I think that's, but of course, that's what I remember it from. So freaking cute.
Yeah, I know. This one's one of my most used ones. It's my Ziggy Heart Chomp. If you pay attention, he's actually biting onto the heart.
He is.
Actually, that emote is actually in my handmade in my sign up here. Like you can see where that is in the corner. It's actually the Zigzagoon emote. It's all on my TikTok if you guys want to see that guy. I made that with a laser etcher.
Oh really? Oh, I did see that. And I was just like, what the what? Just casual.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Aw.
Yeah, took me a while to get that etched, but at the same time, it was all worth it.
Yeah, looks great. I love these emotes.
All right.
I love how all your emotes like go with each other too. I feel like with mine, they're kind of like all over the place in terms of some are Pokemon, some are random.
Sometimes
Ooh,
all over
a
the place
sus
emotes are good.
emote. Yeah,
A what?
I like your sus emote.
Eh. Yeah, that one's like my most least
The
used.
Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Grimmsnarl.
I'm gonna use it.
That I rarely ever see that thing pop into the chat, if ever,
Yeah.
unless I post
If
it
you don't
there.
get a lot of susness, hopefully.
My chat's a lot of sus, but I'm not.
You're like, I'm chilling, but the chat be sus. The chat be sus.
Yeah,
I love
chat be
that.
sus. Chat be sus.
Emo elaboration. Are you much of a drawer, or do you not really draw yourself?
I used to draw back then, and I wasn't that good at it, but at the same time, I tried to do my best. But then I got this big old cut on my hand. You can see, you can kind of see the scar right there.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can kind of see,
How'd
kind of see where that kind of like lips up there. Like my whole knuckle almost came off.
What happened?
And I was washing a dish, and it just kind of. I wasn't a cup, and it just kind of broke off and sliced me.
Holy moly! Yeah, that can do some damage.
Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty gruesome.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting.
But anyway,
any plans to change any of your emotes?
Not really. I kind of like where all my emotes stand.
I like your emotes a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of like where my emotes stand. I mean, if I could, I'd probably have some of my emotes redrawn, like my hype and my rage emotes.
Okay.
Like some of these ones were created by like one of those like artists on Fiverr that like gets them to you in like 24 hours. But so yeah, I'd like to maybe just get them revamped and get them redrawn, stuff like that. But we'll see about that.
Yeah, I feel that. They're good, and they have a nice flow to them.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to come to the point where you and I are going to talk about some of our shared experiences. These could be some of the coolest or maybe even the strangest moments we've had regarding Pokemon, either on Twitch, outside of Twitch. Just if you got a story, if it's interesting, please share now.
Yeah. Okay, so probably one of the coolest moments I had with Pokemon was what was this, like 2 years ago? No, not even 2 years ago. A year ago. Oh my god. It was last year. Last year I went to one of my best friend's weddings, and I think I had we were at breakfast the next day or something. And my best friend's nephew was with us, and my best friend's kid was with us. And I think I had opened up Pokemon Go. And my best friend's nephew, who's the sweetest kid, was like, oh, is that Pokemon? And I was like, yeah, I play Pokemon Go and other games and stuff like that. He's like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then he starts talking about Pokemon with me, and I'm like, yo, me and this 6-year-old are talking Pokemon for hours at breakfast. I love it. And then later on that day, my friend texted me, and she was like, he was talking about you the whole ride home, and how you're the coolest person he knows, and how he wants to go play Pokemon with you and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, that is so adorable. I just love that so much. It warmed my heart. I was like, oh cool. If kids think you're cool, you're kind of cool. So that was a really fun moment for me. As far as weird moments, I haven't had a ton of them, fortunately. I mean, people are weird on Twitch sometimes, but normally it's pretty chill for me. I'm trying to think of a super weird moment. Most likely it's gonna be one on stream. No, you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to that very first moment, my first few experiences with Pokemon. Weirdest for me has to be a whole church banning Pokemon for it being either evil. I think that has to be the weirdest moment I've had with Pokemon, because it's definitely not evil. And it's kind of funny because I feel like Pokemon really taught me a lot. The anime and the games and everything, like I feel like it's taught me a lot about life too. So it's so interesting to me that it can go from being helpful for some people, being people's like main focus, and like on the other hand, there are people who think it's evil. So yeah, I think that's like the spectrum of experiences I've had with Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, I am but yeah, I can agree with you on how like Pokemon's really taught me a lot about life and stuff like that. I mean, hell, the very first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo said, "I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are." That wasn't a famous quote by a poet or like a Shakespeare writer. No, it was from a freaking Pokemon.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And it's I love Pokemon for that reason because everyone's experience is unique and can really like shape who you are as a person beyond it just being like a cool game and a cool anime. Ooh, Buzzwole in the chat.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm trying to buy Ultra Balls.
Ultra balling. All right, let's do it.
Buzzwole in the chat, everybody.
I think it's interesting. It's definitely been interesting having like moments where I'm like, oh, I feel really connected to people because of Pokemon. And then compared to the experience of like me being the only one who still liked Pokemon and eventually stopped playing it and stopped paying attention to it because, you know, I felt like I was wrong for liking it. So yeah, it's been a range for sure. Ooh, let's see, Buzzwole.
Yeah, let's see if we can get this Buzzwole. So,
not my favorite Pokemon, not my favorite Ultra Beast, by the way, because it's a bug. It's a big bug.
Ah, crap, my OBS is freezing up.
Oh no!
Ah, there we go, we're back.
Little moment.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Lately, I'm trying to open up a new tab on the other monitor. All of a sudden, bam! It like freezes up.
Yeah, it's actually been doing that quite a bit with my stream too. So
yeah, OBS could be
just
yeah, OBS.
and the BS
oh man, it
and
escaped.
OBS. No, Buzzwole. You heard me talking
OBS
crap about bug Pokemon.
Yeah, OBS can be a mother.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I got like probably the most like I don't talk about this too much because I don't like to like showboat like success or whatnot. But as most of y'all know, back in June, most of y'all know this. I took part in the 151 Shiny Challenge, where you know we were trying to set a world record by acquiring all 3 world records by trying to acquire all 151 shiny Pokemon as shinies in 24 hours. Me and like 100 plus other content creators got involved.
What?
And during that, I actually got one of them for the board. I got shiny Dragonite.
Nice, that's amazing.
Yeah, like these 3 things on my wall right here. Those are all my Guinness certificates for the records I took part in.
And that's wild.
Yeah, I wasn't even hunting for the dragon. I was trying to find a shiny Nidoran, and all of a sudden, an eye dragon just plopped out from the sky.
You're like, I'm not mad.
And I almost missed it too, because all that popped out was its little foot.
Oh, what game were you in?
I was in Let's Go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you that. I was like, wait, but you're saying you like saw the little foot.
Yeah.
Ooh,
it came out from the sky.
Too.
Yeah, that's the clip of it.
I'll mute you. Oh,
yeah, when Nerd Out Gaming made their video about it, it was like one of those crucial moments of the video. Like first off, he was saying our pace was incredible walking back and forth on the stream, and then all of a sudden he whoa, Cyber's gifted me some subbies.
Aww.
You give 2 gifted subs. Stubbsy and Phobia. Nice.
Cybernetic access.
Cyber, thank you so much, bro. Cyber's done a lot for me the past few days. I'll actually talk about this for a second. As most of you guys know, I am trying to get a new GPU for my computer, which is the graphics card, and I put up a fun page on Throne for it. Mr. Cybernetic Access here pretty much funded half of the card.
What? That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I put the
So
final
sweet.
I put the final amount of money needed for that card yesterday, so the card's coming my way. But
Oh my
speaking of
gosh,
cards,
yay.
we haven't done this on a podcast since John's podcast, but we get to open up a
Ooh,
pack
hit
of
me.
cards.
Ooh, yeah. I love card openings.
All right, let's see.
Pack opening.
Here we are. Here we are. I got a pack of Brilliant Stars.
Oh, I love Brilliant Stars. Okay.
All right, who wants to do an energy
feel it.
guess?
I feel it. Oh, I do. I'm gonna go fire.
Okay, we got fire.
It's fire, y'all. Just guess fire.
I knew it, Cyber. I knew you made that specific amount of money just so you put that on there.
It made you pay $69.42 to finish it off.
Technically, with taxes, it was like $71.
No, it ruined your joke.
Yes, it ruined the joke.
No. How dare. Way to go, taxes. Okay, so we got steel and dark. And
Steel,
fire.
dark, fire. But yeah, I mean, we also took part in the Gen 2 challenge, and I actually got Shiny Tyranitar. So
Oh, dope.
yeah. So for these shiny challenges they're hosting, I have dubbed myself the pseudo collector because I plan on getting all the pseudos for it.
Yes, I love that.
So yeah, Gen 3 challenge. Whenever we do that, I gotta get Salamence and Metagross.
Ooh, Metagross, I love.
All right, but anyway, we're going off with a grass energy.
Dang. Okay, I know. I was gonna say it, but I didn't. I was gonna say grass first.
All right, we got Floatzel. We have a Choice Belt. We have Vibrava, Sneasel, Bidoof, Electabuzz, Chimecho, Gibble, Reverse Hollow Grimer, and Luxray.
Okay, let's go, Luxray.
Jeez, this would have been the perfect card pack for Strix, but I freaking already sent them all the cards I got for him.
Aw. That's sweet. You sent some to your mod?
Yeah, I sent like a whole package full to my mod. Actually, I sent some out to two. I sent a couple of signed cards out to Bella and my VIP Ryu.
Aw. Love that. Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Spence. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this has definitely been a lot of fun.
Card pack opening too.
Yeah,
I gotta get some more cards myself, but
community goals and stuff like that. Just just so we can actually get the cards.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, the Gen Shiny Challenge is definitely some of my craziest moments. I also remember getting I did it. I got 20 shinies in 12 days during Camp Yoha Fall 2021. It's a shiny hunting thing I was a part of.
Yeah, 20 shinies?
In Sword and Shield.
Yeah, and that's tougher than, like, if you said PLA, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
or Violet, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I said during that time I found Solgaleo like the day before I started, and I said I had the red lion's blood running through my veins.
You did. Gave you all that power.
Yeah, it definitely gave me a whole slew of power. All the luck too. But yeah, also my Goon Squad, if you're not following Gotcha Super Shiny on Twitch, please do so, please now. Exclamation point guest.
Thank you. Thank you,
y'all,
thank you. You know to follow Spence as well. You're here. Drop that follow.
Yeah, I'm getting
closer.
You,
Spence. Super appreciate it.
And we appreciate you. But yeah, I'm getting closer to 1,700 followers, so that's cool.
Hey, let's go. All
right, let me see if I can pull this.
One step closer.
I'm just gonna pull this up right here.
Love. Any clan Nuzlocks next?
Aside from my Dark Locks, not really. Like I said, I'm trying. I got a type lock with Strix, but he has to get a new computer first.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And we're doing it in Scarlet and Violet, so it's gonna be a little bit longer than the last one.
Okay. Will that be your first Scarlet Violet?
Challenge run, yes.
Challenge run? Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, cool.
No, Cyber. Whenever I roll I'm actually in the 1600s, but whenever you go above like a 50 acrom and the hundreds number, it just rolls you over
It
to
rolls.
that number.
Yeah. But
The,
the creator
well,
can
that
see on their end how many exactly they have. Like the followers on your page, you know. They
yeah,
just round up. Cool.
yeah. I'm trying to pull up something right now so we can actually talk shop about news. But
Okay,
my
sounds
phone's not being
good.
cooperative. But yeah,
Well,
I
let's
don't
see.
really
I
have any
can pull up
weird.
some stuff.
I don't have any weird Pokemon moments per se. There was my XD Gale of Darkness playthrough. That definitely made me laugh a whole shit ton, especially those weird ass animations.
This
Especially
is
the
interesting.
Electrode eyes popping out of the head. That one really got to me.
What was that? I think you had a clip of that too, right?
Yeah, it's XD Gale of Darkness.
Okay. Oh, Gale of Darkness.
Yeah, I played it on an emulator.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah,
I've been told I
let's
should pick that up.
But yeah, let's talk shop. There's only only one real piece of news we can actually really talk about. Cybernetic
Talk about it.
Psychotic Gamer and I talked about speculation on the last podcast, but that was the day before the direct. So now that we're like 2 weeks past that,
Oh,
we can actually talk
yeah.
about the upcoming Scarlet and Violet DLC.
Yeah, I'm very curious because I don't feel like they gave us a lot in that.
Well,
in the direct either.
they gave us the descriptions of the
Yeah.
events that are going to transpire in each one. Like it says here in the Teal Mask portion of it, it says the Teal Mask has a story where players will be chosen to take part in a school trip that is held each year in collaboration with another school. They'll be taken to the land of Kitakami, where a great mountain towers over the land and the people live at its base. It is a place of tranquil and nature expanses, featuring rice paddies and apple orchards. The trip seems to coincide with a festival regularly held in the village in Kitagami during this season. So the village is bursting with various street vendors and stalls. Players will meet new friends and Pokemon as they unravel the mysteries behind the folk tales that have been passed down in this land.
And that's for Teal Mask?
Yeah, Teal Mask. The 4 new Pokemon introduced in this one are like I find them really fucking funny, especially their names.
The Okie Doggy and all the puns.
I call it Ogrepon. Okie Dogie, yes. Or as I like to call this, no, this is a Monkey Dory, but I like to call it Monkey Dory.
Monkey Dory.
No, Monkey.
Monkey.
Like emphasis on the A.
Monkey.
But what's up with this bird one? I gotta say, out of all of them, this one is the weirdest name. It's like Fazandi Pity.
Which one is it? I can't
It's the
remember
bird.
The
It's
the
the bird. It's the bird one. Like it's either
Pokemon.
It's either Fazandi Pity or I think it's Fazandi Pity.
I think that's another what you call it too, right?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of the new legendaries that are being introduced.
Okay,
or Ogrepon is like the box art for it.
Ogrepon. Yeah.
I'm not sure like what entails this one's gonna like really ensue. Like I feel like this one's like a filler for like this one's. I feel like this part of the DLC is gonna be kind of like filler though.
I think it's Pheasantipity. I think it's be like Serendipity, but pheasant instead. Pheasantipity.
Pheasantipity?
I think. I could be wrong though. Looks like an elegant seabird.
You're probably right. Pheasantipity. Yeah,
I think because I think they made all of them kind of like puns, a little punny.
I guess.
Except for like.
But I do like the fact that Vikavolt coming back, and Shiftry.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Pokemon they bring to these regions.
Yeah. Already they already have a list of
regionals.
They already have a list of returning Pokemon. I don't know if we're gonna get more regionals, but yeah, they have. They have
confirmed or leaked ones.
Metagross is in the other one, but in the Teal Mask, Right now it's only the Ninetales line, Yanmega line, Shift Tree line, Chimecho line, Milotic line, and Vikavolt line.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I can't really like predict like what might happen in this specific one. I got my theories about the Indigo disc, which we'll talk about in a second, but I just really can't see like what type of events are gonna like transpire in this one.
Yeah. I'm also curious if it is just because in Scarlet Violet there's that like dotted region that's just blue and striped out at
Like
the
I feel
top. What is it, northeast early area?
like
You know what I'm
it
talking
said
about?
this
Is that going to be part? Is that where the DLC takes place? I wonder.
like it said like it's taken to the land of Kakami, but it doesn't really imply that you're actually going overseas.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you're not going too far.
So
Because I
that
mean,
may
they
be
have to do something with that area.
I mean, that may be what that is. I mean, it obviously is a mountain region. Where that blocks off, it's part of a mountain region.
Like
so maybe that's like part of it. I mean, obviously, the thing we'll talk about in a second is an offshore facility, which we'll explore. But but
curious.
I kind of feel like I want to say that based on color schemes, most of these are dark types, but at the same time, they already gave us the dark type shrine Pokemon, so it's hard for me to predict like what typings these things will be.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like the freaking teal mask guy, that's a grass type. If it isn't, I'm gonna be genuinely surprised.
Yeah. The pheasant might be fire.
Probably. I could see it being a fire type.
Fire. Yeah.
Like based on color schemes, you can get these guys being water, grass, flying. I mean water, grass, fire. But you never really know until we get there.
You think the monkey's gonna be water? Monkey door.
If it's gonna be a water monkey, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off.
Water monkey.
Water monkey. All right, so this one's the one I really want to talk about because this is the one that I feel like I know. Like I feel like in the whatever regions of my cerebral cortex, I know a little bit more about this one than the other one, the Indigo disc.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one you're traveling to Blueberry Academy, which is the sister academy of either the Naraja or Uva Academy. Yeah, but we're doing her as exchange students. And it says, while this tale is split into two parts, they link together to tell a connected story. And the legendary that's coming into here is Terapagos.
Terapagos. Wait, did I see that one?
It's the one that looks like it's the turtle that has all the typings on its back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have already gone on Twitter and gave my general conceptus or like general theory crafting as to what this Pokemon is about, and I'll actually talk about it now because I just have to pull it up here on my thread.
What you think?
So what I said is this: I believe this thing is going to be a water fairy type, and it's gonna have an ability that will change its Terra type to whatever move it uses when terrestrialized. Or it's going to have an ability where it changes form when terrestrialized and allows it to be all types at once.
Oh. All types at once.
Yeah, but even so, it'll still be weak to rock.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I also said that it gets a unique mystery mark Terra type, which is like a playage to how ghost types Curse used to be. Because when Curse was on a ghost type, it had just like mystery marks saying, "What the hell is this move?" But it does the same thing as ability 1. But then I also said that this
for sure, especially with it having all the typings on it.
But yeah, even though the Area Zero touched base on like the terrestrial crystals and whatnot, I said that this thing is the root of all terrestrialization. Just like how Necrozma is Z moves, Eternatus is Dynamaxing. This thing's got to be the root of all terrestrialization. But I also said, and I quote, editor's note, if this thing is being held hostage and we're stealing pieces of its body to make Terra Orbs, I'm gonna riot because unlike Necrozma and Eternatus, this one's cute.
Yeah, that would be a pity, but it would kind of make sense for the story.
That's
Like
too dark
we
for
as
me.
humans, we as humans started stealing pieces from, you know,
But we
this
didn't we
Pokemon
didn't
to make
hold
ultimate.
like 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 we didn't hold Necrozma hostage, and Eternatus was freaking held in like some sort of like weird ass egg
Oh, that's
thing.
true. To like energy zap it or whatever, right?
I have no idea. But the
I
Pokemon
wonder if,
returning in this one,
yeah,
yeah, but the Pokemon
that
returning in this
seems.
one, oh, go ahead.
Oh, it seems to be the move, though. I think you could be right about that. I think it's the move
I
that
kind of
we're
don't
like
want to be.
stealing. Yeah, you don't want to be
I
right
kind of
because it
don't
is
want to be
really,
right.
it is really cute.
But the Pokemon
It's a
returning in this
Poidle.
one are the Dugong line, Metagross, the Zebstrika line, Whimsicott, Meowstic, and Alcremie line so far.
Really?
Yeah.
How creamy line? How fun. Interesting. And we're getting
Yeah.
part 1 in the fall, right?
We're getting part 1 in the
Fall-ish.
fall, and we're getting part 2, which is the disc, in the winter.
Okay. Oh, so they're gonna be like right after each other.
Pretty
Is that
much.
how they did Sword and Shield, or did they just?
They did
No,
Sword
they
and
just
Shield.
released. I don't know.
I think it was June and August is when they were both released.
Okay, so they did.
Well, June for
a two-parter for each land.
Yeah, like June for the Isle and August for the Crown. So I feel like this one's gonna be released probably maybe in either September or maybe late August, and the other one's gonna probably be released maybe the first week
November?
of December, maybe.
Oh, okay.
That's
Late
what I feel
November,
like. That's
maybe
what
early December.
if it releases if they release the winter one like the day before the year anniversary, I might be surprised. Which,
Yeah.
in my opinion, seems like a bad move.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know a lot of people are disappointed it's taking so long. How do you feel about that?
I'm not really disappointed. I'm more disappointed over the fact that they just can't freaking actually fix the game.
You know, we're having a DLC, but you know, the main game is still.
Yeah, main game is
little
still buggy as
broken.
hell, even with this recent
Yeah.
update, which also, by the
Yeah.
way, stems another piece of news. Because of this recent update, relatively a small fraction, and when I mean small fraction, I mean maybe like less than 100 people so far, have had glitches that completely erase their save data.
I heard. I thought it was with the postcard thing, right? Or what?
I saw Austin John Plays make a video about this, and it may have something to do with the postcards, but at the same time, I think it also has something to do with the update.
Yeah.
But like
Even though
Elisa
it's
said,
a small amount of people, it's still very concerning because you don't want to
Yeah.
be one of those people. Like,
yeah, just like Elisa said in the chat. But yeah, I mean, I think out of all the switches that it's happened to, I think maybe less than 10 have actually happened in like the United States.
okay.
But it's still
I
a
gotta figure that out
pressing
though,
issue.
because you know it does make.
Yeah.
I mean, it still makes me nervous, even though it's such a little amount of people. It's like, okay, this is still
Every time-
possible.
Like every time I'm in Area 0 and a sandwich power deactivates and all of a sudden my screen freezes for a minute, all of a sudden, bam, I can't turn the game back on again. It's like, no! My
What?
progress!
That's
My
happened?
shinies!
Yeah. Yeah, that's really concerning, especially because we don't have home now, so it's not like you can safely transfer your Pokemon in case it happens. It's just.
I feel like the home update's gonna happen maybe a
Yeah.
month before the DLC is released.
You think
I
it's
mean,
gonna
at
take
the
that long?
late.
I thought they said early. I thought they said early 2023.
I don't know. It just really depends on what they're doing, because they're also trying to expand more into like that Pokemon sleep thing, which by the way I'm never gonna use. I don't want them tracking my sleep habits.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then other times I'm like, well, what are you gonna do with this data? Like, what are you gonna do with this info? But
Yeah,
you know,
they're not gonna get that out of me.
said
Said
April,
April, June?
That's what I'm thinking, because they did say early. So to me, early is the first 4 months. of a
Well,
year.
but at the end,
It
by the
might.
end of the day, we'll have
Who
to
knows?
see about what happens.
Yeah. I first had a theory that we would have another Pokemon game, like a spin-offy game
Nah,
between now and the DLC, but I don't think so.
no, it's way too early. Like I feel like I think like at the
Surprise us with
earliest
one.
we'll probably get a new game Pokemon news, or at the very least a remake news, probably sometime in 2024. Maybe within the first like maybe
Really?
3 months.
Oh wow, you think a whole year?
That's typically how they like that's typically how they like do their cycles. Like every
Find it
few
out.
years, like
Yeah.
release either a remake or a new game.
What do you think it'll
Like
be?
I'm
Unless you
not
consider
sure.
Sleep a spin-off. That's true.
If they complete the cycle, well, if they stay to the cycle, we're gonna get Gen 5 remakes. But I've already
Gen
stated
5
on
remake?
multiple, yeah, Gen 5 because the last
Okay.
remake was Gen 4.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wait.
I've already said this on multiple accounts. If Ilka has anything to do with the main production of the Gen 5 games, I will not play them.
Ooh.
Ilka
Why?
butchered BDSP. They are not gonna touch my Gen 5.
You're like, if you F this up, I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna buy you to, you know.
yeah,
not
it's
even
like
gonna buy you.
yeah, it's like Joe Berthenthal playing the Punisher in the Marvel series. Like there was one guy like telling him at a comic book store, "Do not mess this up."
Oh wow, yeah. Do people not like him as the Punisher? I didn't know that.
People love him as the Punisher.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought he did good.
He did a really good job. But
Yeah.
that's kind of getting off topic of Pokemon, but still.
Pokemon, the Punisher, same thing.
I got a Punisher skull tattoo.
Really? You have tattoos? Do you have any Pokemon tattoos?
No Pokemon tattoos. All my tattoos are covered up by my clothes. I mean, if I'm not wearing short sleeves, you can see 2 of them right out of the gate because they're on my arms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Are
the other
you
ones
thinking
are.
a whole sleeve someday or no?
I'm thinking of a half sleeve with Obstagoon.
Half sleeve. Oh, that'd be cool. Okay, so you
Yeah,
have
I
a
got
quote on the
yeah.
forearm. Sorry,
Yeah, I gotta get my first tattoo covered up.
Oh, really? Not feeling it anymore?
Nah, I got an Autism Speaks puzzle piece on my arm, and I don't feel like branding myself with it anymore.
Hmm. I feel that. That'd be dope. Oh, wait. So you have text on both forearms then?
Yeah, I got text on both forearms.
Nice. But Obstagoon might be your first Pokemon tattoo?
It's gotta be. It's either that or my Team Stream Team logo on my calf.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Team Yell?
Yeah.
Help. I love that. Yeah, I don't have any tattoos. I'm a weenie, and I don't want to commit to any of them.
Yeah,
I usually
John's
go
afraid
with piercings for me, but
yeah, my buddy John's afraid
removable.
of needles, but I tell him if he's ever in my presence, he's getting ink.
Really?
That's what I told him, but I'm gonna have to see if I have to hog tie him to do it.
You might. And even then, you gotta find a tattoo artist who's like okay with that too.
Oh, trust me.
There's a
plenty of tattoo artists down here in the South that are more than happy to comply.
Okay, gotcha. I love it.
All right.
Hopefully, it won't
All
come
right.
to that. Right?
Nah, hopefully not. All right. Well, anyway, this is the point in the podcast where I would like to ask the guest, what do you got planned for the remainder of the year and henceforth, your future on Twitch? Like, what do you hope to achieve? What do you want to do? Like, just tell us what is in store for Gotcha Super Shiny.
Yeah. So, I actually want to get into the world of some merch. And not just merch like for my channel, but like Pokemon stuff in general. So I'm working on I don't want to say what they are yet. I'm just working on some things currently that I'll be able to offer to the Boo crew and other creators too. So I'm really excited about that. I do want to keep learning and developing as a streamer and as a person. So I want to see the channel grow quite a bit. And yeah, I just wanted to continue to be a community where people feel comfortable and excited about Pokemon, and they don't have to feel like they're wrong or weird or like nerdy. But if they feel nerdy, it's okay because pokeNERDS.
Why do you think I have nerd emotes?
Yeah, exactly. Just a space
post
where
my
they
nerd
can
emotes.
nerd out. Yeah, post them.
Yeah, that's why I like to promote, like, I have a safe space here and you can just release your inner nerd anytime you like.
Yeah, where people can actually like enjoy what they enjoy. It's a safe space for them to nerd out a little bit. So I do want to get that merch and other kind of collectible thingies out. And yeah, and just keep growing as a channel and as a person. I know that's pretty general, but those are my main goals for the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I just hope to expand more, do more podcasts, finish more of my Dark Conquest, and if I can afford it, I want to go to TwitchCon so bad.
Oh yeah, that would be really dope.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's in Las Vegas, so I'm still trying to trip plan. I want to try and find like a travel buddy, but at the same time, there's not a lot of people that either A, live close to me enough that want to go to TwitchCon, or B, people that are willing to travel with me, per se.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a big trip for you, too.
Technically, if I did that on my own, it would be a total of 26 hours.
Driving?
Driving, yes.
Oof.
But, yeah,
Have you done a road trip that long?
Longest road trip I took was, let's see, about 10 hours to, from Tennessee to Michigan.
Oh, wow. Quite the trip. Ooh, there's a pretty good mon in the chat, by the way.
Who? Oh, Naganado. Oh, crap. How did I miss that?
Yeah. Sorry. You're good.
I was trying to look for a raid target.
Yeah. That would be awesome, honestly, TwitchCon. I didn't even think of that, but it would be really dope. I do, okay, this probably won't be in the near future, but I do want to plan, like, some sort of, like, Boo Crew get-together, like, IRL.
I already showed you that. I've already done that. Together.
Yeah, it would be tough. Maybe I could just start with, like, my mods and my VIPs or something, but if I could get us all together IRL, I think that would be amazing.
Yeah,
I was lucky so much.
Yeah, I was somehow lucky enough that my mods and me lived so close to each other. Dakota lived the farthest away from us because he was in Kentucky, so he literally came down from Kentucky to West Tennessee. So, yeah, that was a good drive for him.
Yeah, all my mods are all over, international. Yeah, the plan too.
Yeah, the plan for the yo, you got it.
Hey, I got it. Let's go.
Nice.
I got a Zerkatry the other day too. I was like, what the whiz?
I haven't gotten a single Ultra Beast.
Really? Dang, they're playing you. And it's your channel too. How dare.
Yeah, the plan next time is for them to come out my way and we can do the collab on my channel.
Yeah, they're trying to hang out without us, Spence.
They live in Canada.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, they live in Canada, so they can.
Some of my boos live in Canada too.
I got boos all over the world. Boos! I got goons all over the world.
See, it's spreading. The Boo Crew grows.
I got goons all over the world.
I love it. Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, hopefully one day we can all meet up together. That would be like ultimate goal.
Yeah, that
IRL Disney trip or something.
I still have yet to meet a fan IRL, so that's gonna be on my bucket list for sometime soon.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Love it. Thank you again, Spence. I had a great time. It was great getting to know you better too.
Yeah, it's all
Spence.
Yeah, there's still a lot underneath this rough exterior that is yet to be amazed. But again, Christina, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to partake in this podcast.
Thank you
guys so much for doing it. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
thank you for letting us learn more about leader of the Boo Crew, Queen of the Boos.
Yes, anytime. Thank you again. Thank you all in the chat too for chilling with us. Boo Crew, Goon Squad, all of you.
All right, so today we're going to send the Boo Crew and the Goon Squad over to Namavor, who was one of my recent guests.
Ooh, I'm excited. Let's do it.
Hey, Strix, you just got here at the last minute, buddy. We're about to raid out.
Why do I feel called out?
I know, Strix always feels called out about stuff.
There's dissension.
I know, Strix always feels called out about stuff. Aww. All right, so how do you end a stream? What is your ending phrase or outro?
I usually just say thank yous, show off a plushie that I have, and then say goodbye. I need a cool outro like you, though.
Yeah, but here's what I do, y'all. I say stay safe, stay strong, stay tuned for more Pokemon exclusive content, and as always, this has been the Top Goon, your man Spence. Beast out. I'll see you in the raid. Y'all have a good night. And then I hit the screen and I put my hand over the camera.
And it's like wham! Yeah, I like that thing. I need to find one.
Yeah, all right. Make sure y'all copy those raid messages.
Will do. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spence. Super appreciate you.
Thank you for tuning into another edition of the pokeNERDS Incorporated podcast. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks with a brand new guest.
Yeah.